So today we are going to talk about the Nike employee store, the truth behind it, how to get in, and what they really have inside. So first off, the locations. Most people go to the employee store in Beaverton, just outside of Portland, Oregon. There is a location in Memphis, and I've heard there is another location somewhere in Canada. To get into the employee store, you have to be a Nike employee or the family of an employee, or they can give you a pass so you can get into the store for one day. Now, if you're an employee or the family of an employee, everything in the store is 50% off. Unlike Adidas, where you might see a Dame Lillard shoe or a Harden shoe, and it's actually not a sale price, it's a normal retail price, which just makes no sense. But everything in the Nike employee store is discounted. If you're on a one-day pass that a friend got you, you're going to get 40% off everything in the store. Let's talk about what they actually have inside the store. Well, it's completely luck. Most days you can find a decent pair of Air Maxes or maybe some Air Force Ones. You'll definitely find some LeBrons in there or some Kyries. But as far as Heat and Retro Jordans, it's just completely luck. You can go in there at 1 o'clock and they might not have anything and you leave. And then at 2 o'clock, they might put out a pair of Retro Ones. You have no idea, so a lot of it is just luck. So if you're wondering how the employees get all the retros, well, on release day, the employee store gets most releases. You have to have what is called a black badge. The black badge means you're a Nike employee. It doesn't mean that you work at corporate only. You might have a part-time job at a Nike store and only work a couple days a week. You still have that black badge and you're able to get these releases. When a fire release comes out, most employees get the word. Sometimes they'll line up really early in the morning. The employee store opens at 8 a.m. for employees, and it opens at 10 a.m. for regular guests. The employees have a separate entrance, and this is where they enter to get the retro releases. They also get 50% off the release. Contrary to what most people believe, it's not super easy for a Nike employee to get every single release. For the super fire releases, they might sell out by 9 a.m. Now, if you don't want to wake up early and go wait in line to get that release, you might show up at 9 or 9:30 and it might be sold out. So you might not be able to get that release. Now, there's other releases that might be there all day. You might roll in there at 1 p.m. and find out, hey, they still have pairs. I'll be able to buy a pair. On some occasions, you can go in the next day, and if they still have pairs, you can buy a second pair. A release typically drops Saturday morning. If they have a lot of pairs and it doesn't sell out, you might see them go out onto the floor on Sunday or Monday. Going out onto the floor means that they're putting this retro onto the floor so anybody can buy it. That means if you're just there on a one-day pass that a friend got you, you might find a retro pair on the floor that you're allowed to buy. This is super rare though, and your timing has to be perfect. If you have a Nike pass and you decide you want to go on Saturday morning because that's the release date of a shoe you want, I hate to break it to you, but there's no chance you're getting that shoe. It's just not going to be out on the floor. Do YouTubers really get heat inside the Nike employee store like they're showing on TikTok and Instagram? I'm going to say that most of these people are probably lying. Some of them might not be lying, but they probably didn't get those 2 pairs of shoes on the same day. It's extremely rare for you to go in there and get 2 super fire pairs on the same day. They do have a back wall of sneakers in which the boxes do not have the lids. This is called the hash wall. The hash wall is mostly stuff they couldn't sell. It's some shoes that have been returned, and then sometimes it's just random stuff. There was one time I was at the employee store and I was looking at the hash wall and I saw a pair of Jordan 1 Obsidians. Now, I was so surprised to see them, I thought someone was going to grab them and no one did. So I took them and bought them. I got them 40% off and I just couldn't believe it. So there are cases where you can just find random things on the hash wall. Now, some things you can really rely on when going to the employee store is the clothes, the sweatpants. If you play sports, they always have cleats. They have gloves for football, for golf. They have a lot of golf clothes. So sometimes if you're going there, you're not going to find too much in the shoe category, but pretty much every time you go there, you will find some clothes that you like. They also always have jerseys. They have baseball jerseys during baseball season, football jerseys during football season, and a lot of basketball jerseys and basketball shorts. Also, Nike has the NBA contract, so you will find a lot of jerseys in there. So I hope that answers all your questions about the Nike employee store. It's not like going to Adidas where you can just get in there really easy. The Nike employee store is a little harder to get into. Once again, you must know someone who works there, or sometimes through corporations, they have passes you can get, but it's not somewhere you can just stroll into very easily. As far as what you'll find inside there, I wouldn't get my hopes up, but you can find some cool things in there, as I said, and a lot of cool clothes. Now, if I left anything out, or there's any questions you may have, let me know. But this is the end of the video. I hope I got to everything. Once again, this is your boy, The Truth, aka Paul Pierce, aka George Washington, because I cannot tell a lie, and I'm out.